Hi friends! Today's pick a card reading is all about answering the question, who has their eyes on you and why? So in this reading, we're going to find out who has their eyes on you, whether it's platonic, romantic, or career-based, or based on any other type of connection that you might have. And we're going to find out why this person has their eyes on you. We're going to find out what their hopes are, what their intentions are, and all of that fun stuff. So I do encourage you to pick more than one pile and watch multiple readings, because there could be multiple people who have their eyes on you and their attention on you. So yes, and I also want to make one more note here. So I know that you know this already, but remember that just because someone out there has their eyes on you, it doesn't mean that you have to do anything about it. So especially if this is a connection that you've moved on from or you want to leave in the past, just remember it's just information. So take it as you see fit. Remember, it's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. These readings are always meant to empower you. If you would like to explore my podcast, my shop, e-courses, or services, please check out the links in my description. All right, so if you are new to pick a card readings, here's how it works. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to pick the pile or the crystal that you are the most intuitively drawn to. So we have pile 1 here with the yellow calcite crystal. We have pile 2 here with the pyrite crystal. We have pile 3 here with the fluorite crystal. And then we have pile 4 here with the rhodonite crystal. So if you need more time to choose, please pause the video, but when you're ready, you can go to the description of this video or the pinned comment to find the timestamp that is linked to your pile. Then you can go ahead and skip to your reading all about answering the question, who has their eyes on you and why? I will see you on the inside. Hi Pile 1, welcome to your reading. If you would like to explore my podcast, my shop, or e-courses, check out the links in my description. All of the decks from today's cards will be linked for you in the description as well. Now let's dive in. Okay, so Pile 1, the first card that you have here is the 8 of Swords in reverse. So with the 8 of Swords in reverse, this could represent Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius energy here. So this person could have one of these signs, or maybe this is just the energy at play here. But the person who has their eyes on you is someone who is trying to break free from limitations, right? And more specifically, self-imposed limitations. So this is someone who maybe struggles with kind of like that victim mentality, but I feel like they're trying to change that. With this card, I'm really feeling like this person wants to gain a sense of freedom, especially in their mind or in their thought patterns. So maybe this person is actively working to overcome self-doubt, or maybe like it's mental restrictions and maybe feelings of being trapped as well. Maybe this person is working on facing their fears or insecurities, and I feel like this is someone who has struggled with self-confidence and self-esteem, but I feel like they're starting to recognize their own abilities and they're working towards rebuilding that sense of self-worth. Maybe this person used to allow obstacles to hold them back in the past, but now I feel like they're working on showing courage and determination to go ahead and confront those fears and those limitations. So yeah, I'm really feeling like this is someone who is now trying their best to step out of their comfort zone and take risks as well. I really feel like what they're trying to do here is they're trying to be more adaptable and less rigid, especially as it has to do with their thinking. So yes, the next card that we have here is the Knight of Teacups in reverse. This is actually the Knight of Cups in the Rider-Waite Tarot. But this one is from the Alice in Wonderland deck. It's so cute. But we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. So this can represent Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces energy. The Knight of Cups can refer to an adult man, or someone who associates with being a male or a masculine in nature. However, this person is probably also very in tune with their feminine side, their emotions, because we have the Suit of Cups here. What I'm feeling like is maybe this person might have difficulty with managing their emotions. This could be someone who has like mood swings or kind of like erratic behavior, maybe heightened sensitivity to emotional ups and downs. I'm also feeling like this person might find it hard to maintain a steady emotional state within themselves, and maybe this person tends to have like maybe unrealistic or overly idealistic expectations in their relationships and in situations. I'm feeling like this person is a daydreamer and they romanticize things, and I'm feeling like maybe they go ahead and they dream up all these things, but then they have trouble grounding those desires in reality. And maybe they have a tendency to escape from reality through things like maybe like excessive daydreaming, right? Or maybe it's like substance use, or maybe it's like avoiding their emotional responsibilities. Either way, I just feel like this person might have difficulty expressing their emotions, and they could be like emotionally guarded in some way. I feel like this person might keep their feelings hidden. So it might make it kind of hard for you to understand how they really feel deep down inside. But I do feel like this is someone with impulsive behavior and kind of impulsive decision making. I feel like maybe this person tends to make hasty romantic decisions, or maybe they have a tendency to act without thinking things through. I really feel like this person like struggles with making decisions, particularly when it comes to like matters of the heart. So maybe this person goes back and forth between different emotions. It kind of like vacillates between different emotions or options, right? Without really committing to a specific course of action. I feel like their energy feels a little bit all over the place. We do have the Sagittarius card, and it says expand. We also have the number 9 here, so I feel like maybe this is someone who you've went through some cycles in life with, or you ended a cycle with them. But yeah, okay. With the Sagittarius card here, this could also mean that this person could have Sagittarius somewhere in their birth chart, maybe sun, moon, rising. They could also have a significant Sagittarius placement somewhere else in their birth chart, but this could also just be the energy at play here. I feel like this person who has their eyes on you has a love for travel, they have a love for adventure, they have a love for exploration and new experiences and excitement. I am feeling like this is someone who has this like restless and curious spirit and nature to them, and I feel like this person feels very spontaneous as well. There's definitely this like optimistic side to this person, like the part of them that is upbeat and optimistic, right? So yeah, I'm also feeling like this person's very independent and values having their freedom. They probably don't like being tied down by constraints. And this person is someone who's quite blunt and straightforward. I feel like they're pretty direct in their communication and appreciate the same in others. But this could be someone who is very social, right? This person might enjoy the company of others. Maybe they're really good at making friends. Maybe they're seen as the life of the party. But yeah, that's a little bit about who this person is, kind of describing their qualities, their characteristics, maybe some of their astrological placements. The next thing I want to do here is I want to get into the part of the reading where we find out why this person has their eyes on you. So with the Sacrifice or the Bull card here, I feel like this person, I feel like they likely feel that you're a worthwhile person and that they would definitely go ahead and make sacrifices to be in connection with you. For example, like maybe they decide to go on therapy to work on stabilizing their feelings and their emotions, right? so that they can do the work to not be overwhelmed and swept away by their feelings all of the time. You know, maybe they decide to sacrifice their wild ways, right? And their need for like that unfettered sense of freedom. And maybe they give up those ways to commit to you on a deeper level. There's so many different levels of sacrifices that people can make to show up as a better person in their relationship or in their connection to you. So I also feel like this could be someone who you might have made a lot of sacrifices for in the past, and now it's their turn to do the work so that this can be more of an equal energy exchange, right? So maybe this person wants to sacrifice their personal time and their undivided attention to be more present and supportive for you, right? Or maybe they want to set aside some quality time for like conversations and doing certain activities with you. I feel like this person wants to make sacrifices in order to support you and your goals and your dreams, you know, whether that's career or education or personal aspirations. But I am feeling like this person hopes that you can both forgive one another, like let go of grudges, and just move past any mistakes in your relationship. I feel like this person looks at you as wanting to make changes or sacrifices related to their own personal habits or routines, like just for the sake of your relationship. Maybe this looks like quitting an undesirable habit that they have, or maybe this looks like being more open and honest about their unhealthy behaviors. I just feel like this person wants you to know that they were stuck in their ego in the past, and now they're working on letting go of the need to always be right, and they're wanting to be more willing to admit when they're wrong. I also feel like this person wishes that they were more mindful of your boundaries, and they're regretting that they pushed you beyond your comfort zone. So the next thing I want to do here is I would love to get more information from our animal power book, because we do have the bull animal spirit here. So I have the I think I almost burned the top of my book. Oh my god. Okay. I have the animal power book, 100 Animals to Energize Your Life and Awaken Your Soul by Allison Charles, illustrations by William Santiago. I will link this book for you all in the description as well if you want to get your hands on a copy. But we're going to find out if there's any information, additional information, that we need to know from Bull Spirit. So, perfect. Okay. Okay, so Bull. So Bull is associated with fertility, coming together, stubbornness, stamina, activating femininity, incredible strength, and confidence. And it says, when to work with me, when you need immense strength, when you want to be a better leader, when you want to have a baby, when you want more abundance, when you want balanced masculine and feminine energies, when you don't want to be stubborn or operate from ego, when you want steadfast belief in working toward a goal. And the energy medicine here says, are you feeling a bit too fiery inside? Is aggravation or stubbornness taking hold? Call upon me to connect you with lunar energies and bring about more calm. Interesting. So I don't know if this represents the other person who has their eyes on you, like their energy, or whether this represents your energy, but that is the message from Bull Spirit. So the next card that we have here is Stimulation, and it says Chilly. We do have Aries energy here, so I don't know if that is a sign of the person who has their eyes on you, or if this is just the energy at play here. But with this card, I feel like another reason why this person has their eyes on you is because you stimulate them, right? You intrigue them, you excite them, right? You arouse them, you provoke a certain feeling within them when they look at you. So I feel like you mentally stimulate this person, maybe through thoughtful conversations, debates, or challenging ideas. I also feel like this person misses talking to you, because with you, they find that they're always discussing interesting topics, you're asking thought-provoking questions, and I feel like just that sharing of knowledge and information, that's something that that person misses about your connection. I also feel like you deeply stimulate this person on an emotional level too, and they admire your ability to express love and affection and offer support and empathy. and create emotional experiences that really resonate with their feelings. I'm also feeling like maybe you stimulate this person's senses through touch or taste or smell or sound, right? Like, for example, like a massage or cooking a really delicious meal. Maybe you smell good, or, you know, playing or singing music, right? Those are just a couple examples of how you can stimulate the senses. But I also feel like you stimulate this person on a creative level too. I feel like you encourage and inspire them to tap into their artistic or imaginative side. Maybe it's through art, music, writing, maybe brainstorming creative ideas. Another note here is that you could actually stimulate this person in a spicy way too, if you know what I mean. I just feel like your energy is very attractive, it's very desirable, it's very magnetic. Yeah, overall, I just feel like you inspire and motivate this person to take action and pursue their goals and their dreams just by watching you do the same. So, yes. Another reason why I think this person has their eyes on you is liberation. They feel freedom around you. They feel like they have autonomy when they're all around you, right? You're not someone who's just going to cage the bull. You're aware that everybody, you know, every human has the right to their own freedom, their own autonomy. And so I think that this person really appreciates that about you, and really appreciates that like live and let live attitude that you have, or energy. So another reason why this person has their eyes on you is because of your path. So with this, I feel like there's a couple different reasons here. The first reason is that I feel like you constantly seek to improve yourself or your abilities, which can really serve as a model for this person. And I feel like this person admires how you grow and develop throughout, you know, different phases of your life. So I feel like your path has everything to do with your purpose as well. And so I feel like many of you here in this reading are very tapped in and tuned into your purpose. You maybe don't live your life in the same way that other people live it. Like, you're not afraid to step out of the box or live in a unique way or do things on your own terms. And I think that this is something that is extremely inspiring to this person. I feel like this person has kind of recognized that you've gained so much knowledge and, you know, like lessons that you've learned throughout your whole life. And I feel like I keep hearing problem solving. So with your path, I feel like you've had to navigate problem solving through, you know, different terrains, different obstacles, different challenges, and you've always made it through. I feel like there's something very unique about your journey that really inspires this person, and I feel like you've had to overcome a lot of adversity. You know what I mean? Like, it's like those stories that you hear people going through really challenging times, their circumstances were really tough, and what they created out of their life is something spectacular, right? So I feel like you have a very similar story. I feel like you overcame adversity and now you're working towards achieving success. I also feel like part of your path involves helping others in some way. So I do think that this person's very, very inspired and motivated by you. We have a wild card here, and it says shame. So have you ever experienced a shame spiral? While guilt says, I've done something wrong, shame whispers, there's something wrong with me. Shame is one of the most painful, toxic emotional experiences, and it can quickly send us down a rabbit hole of negativity and isolation. It can lead us to withdraw from the people who matter to us the most, which is a perfect recipe for, wait for it, shame. Who is someone in your life you can connect with the next time you're feeling shame? Connection is the antidote to shame. Sharing our shameful feelings with the right people can help us break free from even the heaviest shame spiral. When we talk about what makes us feel shame, it starts to lose its power over us. Take a moment to reach out and connect with someone about your shame. It's the first step to feeling not just lighter, but more worthy and whole. So connection is the antidote to shame. What I'm feeling from this card is that this person who has their eyes on you, they probably feel a lot of shame, a lot of guilt, a lot of regret around your connection. I feel like we mentioned before, think that they wish that they could have done things differently in the past. Remember, I've said this in the beginning of the video, just because you're aware of this knowledge doesn't mean you have to do anything with it. Sometimes connections are best, you know, best handled by moving forward, and sometimes there is room for forgiveness and there is another chance. So whether this is a platonic, romantic, career-based relationship, friendship, whatever it is, family relationship, just know that yeah, there is the potential for the energy of forgiveness here, but it's ultimately up to you what you want to do with this. So the next thing I want to do here is I want to roll some astro dice and get any additional information about this person who has their eyes on you. So pile one, let's find out more information about this person who has their eyes on you. So we have Gemini, we have the Sun, and then we have the second house. So for those of you who are super familiar with other people's birth chart, this could literally mean that the person who has their eyes on you, they could have their Sun in Gemini in the first house. I feel like they're very intellectual, right? Gemini is a very intellectual sign. It's a very communicative sign. I feel like this person probably has a strong thirst for knowledge, and I feel like they're very curious, and they're really skilled at like expressing their ideas in certain ways. And what's interesting is, like, we spoke about, maybe they're not great at like expressing their emotions, but they're really good at expressing their ideas and their thoughts and like those kind of things. I feel like this person's probably pretty good at like speaking, writing, other forms of verbal expression. I also feel like this person, look, with Gemini being here, I feel like this person is can be adaptable and flexible. I feel like they can kind of quickly adjust to changes in their environment or with experiences. Gemini is a mutable sign, so I feel like they might be seen as like kind of like a hummingbird, like going from like flower to flower, right? Like not really staying in one place all the time. This person could be kind of restless, like maybe they're constantly on the move, like mentally or physically. And I feel like with Gemini here too, I feel like they're probably very charming. They're social, like I mentioned before with the Sagittarius card here. I feel like they could be, again, the life of the party, very entertaining with their humor, and I feel like they're very witty. But yeah, overall I'm just getting that this person is a quick thinker, and yeah, again, like they enjoy being like stimulated mentally, creatively, you know, all that kind of stuff. So that is a little bit more about the person who has their eyes on you. Next thing I want to do here is I want to pull some of our tea leaf fortune cards to get any additional information that you might need to know for your highest and best good during this reading. What does pile one need to know for their highest and best good? What does pile one need to know for their highest and best good? Okay. So with all of these tea leaf fortune cards that we got, we have psychic ability, trust your intuition. I feel like if you guys have, you know, been having the inkling that this might be like a specific person, or you kind of have an idea of who this person is, trust your intuition. You know, you do have a very, like, I guess your intuitive senses are very accurate is what I'm trying to say. We do have the bouquet card here. It says compliments from an admirer. So with this, I really think that this person wants to compliment you or feels very complimentary towards you. There's a lot to celebrate about you. With the turkey here, it says someone behaving stupidly. So maybe this person behaved stupidly in the past towards you, or maybe they feel like they did. Like I mentioned before, there's kind of that feeling of regret coming through from that side in this reading. We have fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. Maybe those are some themes that were involved with this person. And then we have leg, stepping into a new experience. So yeah, like I said, I think many of you are going to be moving forward, while some of you are going to reconcile and maybe forgive and start anew with certain people. Many of you are going to start anew with this person. I think that there's some hard work ahead, but for some of you, you're stepping into a new experience without this person. So there's a couple different options here. Only you know what truly resonates with your life and your story. And I would love to also pull an affirmation card for pile 1. What is pile 1's affirmation? Okay, so it says, I give up freely what no longer serves me. I release it to create space for what inspires me. Wow. Okay, so I think that with this being, like with this whole reading in mind, I think many of you, right? You're going to move on. You're going to let go of the things that don't serve your highest and best good, and you're going to step into new experiences. But I also think that there is a version of this story where, for those of you who decide to kind of open up a new chapter with this person, start again, maybe forgive them and move on with them in your life, I think that you can also be like letting go of like self-limiting beliefs about this person or your relationship with them, or you're going to be releasing hurt and grief and that kind of thing. And with that release, you're going to create space for new, beautiful abundance, love, prosperity, all of those things to flow into your life. So yes, thank you so much, pile 1. I really had fun with you all in this reading. Please give this video a like if it resonates. Comment below with what pile you chose. I really love to chat with you all in the comments, and subscribe if you haven't already. I noticed that there's still a ton of you out there who are watching who have not subscribed, and I'd really love to have you as a part of this empowering community. Thank you so much for spending your time here today. Take care of yourself, and I hope to see you on the next video after this. I have a ton of pick a card readings on my channel for you to tune into, but if not this time, I will see you back on the next reading. Bye, pile 1. Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. If you would like to explore my podcast, my shop, or e-courses, please check out the links in my description. All of the decks from today's cards will also be linked for you in the description as well. Now let's dive in. Okay, so pile 2. The first card that we have here is the Knight of Discs, which is the Knight of Pentacles. So with the Knight of Pentacles, this is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn energy. Maybe this person has any one of those astrological placements, sun, moon, rising, or somewhere else significant in their birth chart. If not, then earth sign energy is just the energy at play here. But the person who has their eyes on you looks like there's someone who is dependable and responsible. So I feel like this person is very committed to their obligations. They take their duties quite seriously. This person is patient and takes a careful, methodical approach to their work and their life. I feel like this person is willing to put in the time and the effort to achieve their goals. And I also feel like they're very detail-oriented and meticulous in their work. I feel like they probably strive for things like precision and quality in everything that they do. And this person's also very hardworking and diligent, and they're not afraid of actually doing the hard work. They're willing to put in the necessary effort to achieve their goals and their aspirations. I feel like this person is also quite practical and grounded in their thinking. Maybe they prefer to make decisions based on practicality and objectivity, although we do have a nice balance of them having this intuitive side as well. But yeah, I feel like with this person, they could be a little like risk averse, or they might prefer to follow a more conservative path where they're able to make careful, calculated decisions rather than like taking impulsive actions. So yeah, I feel like this person's very sensible. They're very reliable. You know, I would say some of these people are even very financially responsible. They're good at managing their finances. Maybe they're cautious about their monetary decisions, but I feel like they do prioritize financial stability. I'm also feeling like this person is cautious in their approach to like many different things in their life. I feel like they like to take the time to consider the consequences of their actions before making a move. So again, I don't feel like they're not really an impulsive person. And I feel like this person also has a very strong work ethic, and they strive to excel in their career and whatever endeavors that they pursue. But yeah, I feel like they're motivated by the desire to achieve long-term success. I feel like they're willing to persevere through challenges and obstacles and achieve their goals. And the big thing I'm feeling here with this person is loyalty. So I'm feeling like this person's very devoted to their relationships, their friendships, and their commitments. We do have the death card in reversed, and so don't worry, the death card doesn't mean death at all. It just represents transformation, a rebirth, and big changes, right? So with this card in reverse, I feel like this person could also be someone who feels resistance to change or transformation. Maybe this person has an aversion to change and they're kind of reluctant to let go of what they're familiar with and old habits and beliefs or situations that they feel comfortable in. Maybe they're holding on to the past and resisting like necessary change that's occurring in their life. But I am getting the energy of this person feeling stuck in their circumstances in some way. I feel like they feel like maybe they're unable to move forward or embrace new opportunities. So yeah, I'm feeling a lot of stagnant energy with this person. Maybe this person has a fear of the unknown or a fear of what change might bring. Like, I don't think this person feels very comfortable with uncertainty. And I'm also feeling like they have some unresolved issues or baggage from their past that they haven't addressed, which could be holding their personal growth back in a way. But there's also this energy of a lack of closure with this person. So maybe this person struggled to find closure in some area of their life, or maybe you experienced a lack of closure with this person. But I do feel like this person is having a hard time letting go of like relationships or situations or phases of their life that have run their course. I just feel like they're not really taking the proactive steps to bring about change or personal transformation. I also feel like this person finds it challenging to express their feelings or connect with deeper emotions. Overall, I just feel like there's a need for healing within this person, something to do with resolving past wounds or issues before they can fully embrace change and transformation in their life. We do have the Ascendant card here, and it says Entrance. So with this card here, in astrology, the Ascendant is also known as our rising sign, and it's one of the 3 components that make up a person's astrological profile, along with the sun sign and the moon sign. If you guys are interested in learning the easy way to both find and interpret your birth chart the simple way, like beginner astrology, I have a video that I made on that topic, and I have it linked in the description of this video. So check it out if you have not already. And I also do have a podcast called the That's Deep podcast, and my latest season is all about astrology and teaching beginner astrology and helping you break down what your sun sign means, moon sign, and all these other signs that come from your birth or natal chart. So that's linked for you in the description as well, or you can do a quick Google search and just type in That's Deep podcast. You'll see my photo on there if you're familiar with what I look like. So, okay. Anyway, back to the Ascendant. So it represents the zodiac sign that was rising on the eastern horizon at the time of your birth. And it really does play a significant role in describing someone's outward personality or physical appearance, or the first impression that they make on others. So for example, my rising sign is in Scorpio. So like right off the bat, I think that people often perceive me as like mysterious or private, or maybe someone who has this like emotional depth to them, someone who's very loyal as well. But yeah, someone who's kind of mysterious and maybe a little hard to read. So yeah, that's my rising sign. I'm a Scorpio rising. If any of you out there feel called, I would love it if you commented below with what your rising sign is. I'm always curious to see what other signs are in these readings. I just love astrology so much. So yes. But yeah, back to like the rising sign in terms of who has their eyes on you. With all of this in mind, I feel like the person who has their eyes on you is someone who cares about how they present themselves to the world. I feel like they do care about their external appearance or behavior that they present to the world around them. And I do think that this person thinks a lot about the initial impression that they make when they're meeting people for the first time. So for some, this could be a mask or a persona that this person wears in social interactions. Yeah, it all just depends. But we do also have the intuition card here, and it says cat. So with this card, right off the bat, I feel like the person who has their eyes on you is super intuitive. I feel like they have a deep sensory awareness, just like a cat. And I feel like they often pick up on subtle cues and details that others might miss. So yeah, this person definitely has that practical side to them, like we talked about with the Knight of Pentacles. But this person also has a very intuitive side where they trust their instincts and they often follow their gut feelings. And I feel like their intuitive nature guides their decision making. I also feel like this person's very observant and they pay close attention to their surroundings and the people in their lives. I feel like they're really good at noticing changes and shifts in energy. And yeah, I do feel like this person, although they have this like side where they want to have, you know, they want to predict what's going on in their life and they want stability and they appreciate routine, there's also this part of them that's very, very adaptable. And just like the cat like adapts to, you know, different environments and like their surroundings and stuff, I feel like this person can adjust to new situations and challenges with ease. Okay, so we all know that cats are often independent creatures, and I feel like this person, they value their independence as well. I feel like they're very self-reliant and they don't always need external validation. And I feel like this person also is very curious. They have a strong desire to explore and learn, just like the cat. But yeah, this thirst for knowledge, I feel like it makes them someone who's not afraid to ask questions. And yeah, I also feel like maybe this person has a mysterious quality about them that draws others in, because I feel like cats have an air of mystery to them. But yeah, this person definitely likes to keep certain aspects of themselves hidden, or maybe they like their privacy. I do feel like this person is also very unique and has this deep like emotional depth to them. I feel like they know how to like understand and navigate their own emotions with finesse, but I also feel like this person is also very cautious, and I feel like they're cautious and observant before they approach new people or situations. So yeah, I do feel like they're very careful in their interactions and decision making. The word graceful keeps popping up, so I feel like this person has like a graceful, composed demeanor. Maybe it's giving like low-key calm energy, but yeah, very calm and composed. I feel like they maintain a sense of calm even in really challenging situations. I also would like to get more information from Cat Spirit from our Animal Power book. So I'll have this book linked for you in the description as well if you are interested in getting your hands on a copy and learning about different spirit animals. But let's find out more information from Cat. That would be really weird if there was no cat in here. Don't you think so? So weird. Why would you not have a cat in here? That is so odd. How too? I feel like I can't find a cat, which is super weird because it's a common animal. But I think the closest in the animal kingdom to the cat would be a lion. So let's read more about the lion, okay? So with lion, we have commanding, supreme ruler, generosity, courage, dignity, enthusiasm, new friendship, and honesty. So these could be some describing characteristics of the person that has their eyes on you. When to work with lion spirit: when you want to act from a place of honesty and integrity, when you need more courage, when you want to be a respected leader, when you're ready to approach life with vigor and passion, when you want healthy new friendships, when you want to be more generous. The energy medicine here says, my strong energy gives you the power to trust in yourself and your abilities. If you are in a period of life where you are being tested or initiated, remember that you have all that you need within to rise to the moment and overcome whatever is thrown your way. I love that. Lion is often a symbol of courage and valor. So that is probably the closest message that we can get to cat, because for some strange reason I don't have cat in this book, but wonder why. Next thing I want to do here is I want to talk about the energy card, and it says orange here. We do have Virgo energy here. And so this is the part of the reading where we find out why this person has their eyes on you. And I feel like the reason why this person has their eyes on you is because of your energy. Pile 2, I feel like you exude energy that is super captivating to this person. They admire it in you. They hope to embody that type of energy one day, and I really feel like you motivate them. So yeah, with this, I think that they're drawn to and appreciate the positive and uplifting qualities that you have, and I feel like this is a compliment that goes beyond physical appearance or like superficial things. This compliment relates more to your overall demeanor and your vibe and your presence, and I feel like this person loves your energy because your energy makes the people around you feel positive and happy and really uplifted. I feel like you just have a way of brightening people's day. I do feel like you emit good vibes, and it's just very pleasant to be around you. People feel better when they're with you. Your energy is very authentic and genuine, which is extremely attractive to others, and they appreciate that you're true to yourself. I think that people are comfortable around you and they can relate to you easily. I feel like you're approachable and you're non-judgmental. You're very inspiring and motivating, and I feel like your energy encourages this person to be better and do better, right? And like pursue their goals. And yeah, I just feel like you approach life with enthusiasm and a beautiful sense of wonder, and you have this zest for life, and I think that this is really infectious and attractive to this person. So yeah, I just feel like also there's this empathy about you that this person really admires. I feel like your ability to empathize and connect with others is often reflected in your energy, and people just really appreciate that you understand their feelings and their experiences. So for any of you out there who are empaths or highly sensitive people, I do have an empath empowerment coaching course, and so it's a self-study e-course. I have it linked for you in the description of this video, but it's a beautiful quick study course that allows you to understand your empath gifts, helps you to manage energetic overwhelm, and it helps you to set healthy boundaries in your relationships as an empath. I love the course. I might be a little biased, but link is in the description. Okay, another reason why I think that this person has their eyes on you is because they see you as a divine source. They see you as a source of happiness. They see you as a source of motivation and energy and, inspiration. I feel like you're someone who is very cherished to them. Maybe this person prays for you or like prays about you, but yeah, I do feel like when they're around your energy, they feel like they're tapped into divine source. The energy is very strong there. Another reason why I think this person has their eyes on you, we have the invite help card here. So either I think this person sees that there's something in you that could help them, or they feel like maybe being around you or being in connection with you is very helpful to their well-being. But I also feel like in return, they also want to offer help to you and invite help into your life, right? They want to support you in whatever you're doing, right? So yes, and then we also have the overwhelm card. So with this card, it says, ever feel like you're drowning in a sea of emotion? Like you're juggling so much that you're afraid of dropping the ball on something important? You're not alone. Say hello to overwhelm. If you're in the midst of overwhelm, pause and write down everything that's on your plate. Now go through the list and identify which of these balls in the air are plastic and can bounce back if you drop them, and which are glass and therefore a priority. Can you delegate and toss any of these tasks to a support person who can help you overcome your overwhelm? Take a moment and breathe. The next time your body throws you too many balls and you feel overwhelmed, know that you have a plan. You can do this, or you can do it. Take a moment and breathe. I'm feeling very strongly that this person wants to help you reduce your overwhelm. They want to help you take things off your plate. They want to have work delegated to them. They really just want to support you in whatever way is best for your well-being. So if any of you are feeling overwhelmed out there, don't be afraid to invite help. It doesn't necessarily have to be from this person, but kind of go through and identify what you can do, what others can do, which ways that you can invite more help into your life. I think that'll make for a smoother and a more enjoyable experience. So yes, the next thing that I want to do is I want to roll our Astro dice, find out more information about who this person is. Okay, so who has their eyes on pile 2? Okay, so we have Libra. We have Mercury. So we have Mercury, Libra, and then we have the 3rd house. So for some of you, the person that has their eyes on you, they could have a Mercury in Libra in the 3rd house. More information on what this person is like. I feel like someone with a Mercury in Libra, or the energy of having Mercury in Libra, it really brings, like, I don't know, this diplomacy in communication, right? And this harmony in the way that they communicate. I feel like this person is naturally inclined to be polite and considerate in their speech. I feel like this person's also very articulate. So when Mercury is in an air sign like Libra, I feel like these people, this person can be very, very articulate. I feel like they can express their thoughts and ideas with eloquence and with grace. I do feel like this person has like a strong, like, social awareness. I feel like maybe they're aware of like social dynamics, and they're very like, their social IQ. They're kind of like, you know how there's like IQ, EQ, emotional intelligence, and I think that their SQ, their social intelligence, is very high. I feel like this person's also very charming and very persuasive. I feel like they're very skilled at negotiating. And Libra's all about balance, so maybe they're good at helping finding common ground in situations or disputes. But yeah, I do feel like with Libra here, this person probably has a love for like art and everything aesthetic. I feel like they probably have a deep appreciation for beauty and design and, you know, fashion and interior design, creative fields, right? Yeah, one thing with the 3rd house here, so the 3rd house is often associated with, not often, the 3rd house is associated with siblings and neighbors and local environments. So with Mercury here, I feel like this person probably has active relationships with their siblings or their neighbors. Maybe they're highly engaged in their local community or within their like immediate surroundings. So yeah, that's more about the person that has their eyes on you. The next thing I want to do here is I want to pull some tea leaf fortune cards and get any additional information that you might need to know for your highest and best good. Wow, there's a bunch coming out. Okay. So, oh my goodness. Okay, we have knot, casket, quill, dark man, carriage, fly, and we have younger woman. Okay, so with all of these cards here, let's just start with knot. So maybe your relationship with this person, it wasn't so successful in the past, or maybe they had plans to reach out to you or you had plans to reach out to them and that felt unsuccessful. maybe like you guys had an ending. Maybe you guys like closed the door on your connection for some reason. And, you know, this was definitely a journey for you, especially like a mental and emotional journey. Maybe this journey with this person brought on feelings of depression or like a period of like you just not feeling your best. But we do have two other like describers here of the person that has their eyes on you. We have two options. We have the younger woman, so maybe you have dealings or relationships with a younger woman, and we also have dark man, so maybe you have dealings or relationship with a man with a dark complexion or hair, but that's more information for you to know. And then I want to give you an abundance affirmation. So what is pile 2's abundance affirmation? My dreams are coming true. I dream big. Oh, I dream big and think positive thoughts. Love that. My dreams are coming true. I dream big and think positive thoughts. So yeah, whatever it is that you've been through, whatever it is that the situation is, I feel like this is a reminder to like bring your energy back into yourself. Focus on yourself and focus on your dreams coming true. Have that belief in yourself, right? Think positive thoughts. Focus your energy on what you want, right? Not what you don't want. Thank you so much, pile 2. I hope that this reading resonates. Comment below with what pile you chose and subscribe if you haven't already. I noticed that there's still a ton of you out there who are watching who have not subscribed, and I would love to have you as a part of this empowering community. So, thank you. Thank you for being here today. Take care of yourself, and I hope to see you on the next video right after this. I do have a ton of pick a card readings on my channel for you to tune into, but if not this time, I will see you back on the next reading. Bye, pile 2. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. If you would like to explore my podcast, my shop, or e-courses, please check out the links in my description. All of the decks from today's cards will be linked for you in the description as well. Now let's dive in. Okay, so pile 3. So the first card that we have here is the 7 of Pentacles. So with the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, I feel, well, first of all, the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, this is going to be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn energy. Maybe the person who has their eyes on you has one of these signs or these placements in their birth chart. If not, then Earth sign energy is at play here. So I feel like the person who has their eyes on you is someone who might be struggling with a couple different things. So the first thing that they're struggling with is impatience. So maybe they're feeling impatient and frustrated with the slow progress of their efforts and their investments. Maybe they're the kind of person that wants to see immediate results, and they're finding it difficult to wait for the fruits of their labor to manifest. Or maybe this person is dissatisfied with some of the outcomes of their hard work or the returns on their investments. But I'm feeling like they might feel like the effort and the energy that they put into some of the things that they're working towards, maybe they feel like those efforts have not been adequately rewarded, or maybe they feel like they're not reaping the benefits that they had hoped for. This could be someone who struggles with a lack of focus or commitment. This person may be scattering their energy and resources in different directions. And instead of reevaluating their strategies and investments, this person might be hesitant to make those necessary changes. So they might keep persisting in that same direction, even when it's clear that they need to make some changes and kind of adjust their course, right? So I also feel like there could be a lack of financial discipline with this person, or maybe they have a tendency to spend impulsively without, considering like long-term consequences. But I also feel like this person is prone to procrastination. Maybe they delay important decisions or actions that they need for their growth and their success. And with this, I feel like they also probably have some trouble with planning for the future and setting clear and achievable goals for themselves. I feel like they might be feeling like this lack of direction in their life. But yeah, despite their hard work, I feel like with the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, this person, they might not be fully capitalizing on the opportunities and the resources that are available to them. And there might be like this untapped potential in this person that remains unrealized because of that lack of motivation or direction. We have the moon in reverse. This is Pisces energy. So this person is someone who has internal clarity and heightened awareness. This person's very, very intuitive, pile 3. I feel like they have a very strong and accurate intuition. They know how to trust their inner guidance and their intuition to make decisions, and they've also learned to trust their instincts. They're probably someone who can see through illusions and deceptions, and I think that this makes it easier for them to discern the truth in different situations. And I think that the key here is that they also have a firm grasp on reality, and they can see things as they truly are rather than getting lost in like fantasies or delusions. I feel like this person is working on having a stable emotional state. They could have overcome like emotional turbulence or confusion, and I feel like right now they're on the path to developing a better understanding of their feelings. And I also feel like this person is a pretty transparent person, right? In their communication, in their actions, and I feel like they're less likely to hide their emotions or intentions. And I think that this person really values honesty and authenticity. This person could be someone who also relies a little bit more on logic and reason rather than emotional responses, but I do feel like they do pair their intuition with that. I feel like they might approach situations with like a clear and like practical mindset. But yeah, I really do feel like this person has been working on overcoming fear in multiple areas of their life. I feel like they don't want to be controlled by these irrational fears. And yeah, this person's definitely on a path of spiritual growth and self-discovery. And I feel like they are actively working towards resolving like personal and spiritual issues. I feel like this will lead them to a sense of like transformation and like greater enlightenment. So yeah, this person is someone who's maybe a little bit more mature or has matured over time. And I feel like they now have a better understanding of themselves and their emotions. Like overall, I just feel like this person is balanced, and maybe they found a balance between their inner and outer worlds, really going ahead and aligning those emotions and their rational thoughts. So yeah, we also do have the Chiron card here, and it says heal. So this person definitely has some healing to do. And in astrology, Chiron is known as the wounded healer, and it represents this very unique point in a person's birth chart. It's not a planet, it's like a minor planet, more of like an asteroid. So it's associated with things like deep wounds, healing, personal growth, and I feel like this person has some deep emotional, psychological, or even physical wounds, maybe related to past experiences or traumas. And I feel like this person can be vulnerable and sensitive in the areas where they feel that sense of like pain or inadequacy. So this person is definitely dealing with the healing journey, or they're about to begin one. They have the ability to transform those wounds into sources of strength and wisdom if they do decide to move forward with their healing. And if they indeed choose to go through their healing, then I feel like this person could be called to help and support others who are experiencing similar wounds. Like, I'm saying that they could probably become very effective healers or mentors, just given everything that they've been through. But yeah, I feel like this person could be someone who's focusing on turning their pain and suffering into opportunities for personal growth and awareness, right? So the next card that we have here is Beauty, and it says Swan. So this is the part of the reading where we find out why this person has their eyes on you. I feel like this person has their eyes on you because of your beauty, pile 3. Like a swan, I feel like this person sees you as someone who has grace and elegance and purity. I feel like you have a very majestic appearance, or like a very serene presence. And this person just loves how graceful and poised you are. They really admire that you know how to move through life with grace and poise and elegance. And yeah, I feel like your beauty shines with a natural radiance, and it captivates those who are fortunate enough to be in your presence, right? So when I look at this card, we have like a woman or a mermaid, and she's got a blindfold on and she's interacting with the swan. And I think that she doesn't even need to see the swan's physical beauty to know that it's a beautiful creature. She can feel this light, joyous energy from the swan. So I think that's the same with you. This person doesn't even have to see you to know that you have a beautiful soul. They can just feel it. Like, I feel like you just have this natural radiance about you, like I mentioned before, and I feel like your aura is full of like serenity and peacefulness, and it can be very calming to this person. I think that this person's also drawn to your gentleness and your kindness. I feel like you're naturally kind and compassionate, and you really radiate warmth and empathy. And yeah, you do have this like effortless charisma about you, and your beauty comes across as very effortless or natural, right? Like, you draw people to you without the need for any extra effort. And I feel like you're super magnetic because you are confident and you are self-assured. Let's also look in our animal power book to get more information from Swan Spirit. I will have this book linked for you in the description as well. Let's check out what Swan Spirit has for us. I love all this pink here. The energy of love and lightness. Okay, so Swan, it says arts and poetry, sacred love, grace, self-esteem, regal beauty, spiritual realization, and wealth. These could all be characteristics describing the connection between you two or what they feel towards you. Yeah. So when to work with me: when you want a sacred partnership, when you are ready for more wealth, when you want to access your intuitive powers, when you want to embody more grace and beauty, when you want to be more comfortable in a group. And then it says energy medicine: my regal presence inspires art, poetry, and sacred love. I love that. This could be a very sacred relationship between you and this other person for those who that resonates with. Okay. We also have the transition card here, and it says cauliflower. And with this card, I feel like another reason why this person has their eyes on you is because you've changed in a very significant way, pile 3. So I feel like this person has seen you overcome challenges, they've seen you overcome obstacles, and it really motivates and encourages them to do the same when they go ahead and embark on their own, journey of self-development. I feel like this person also admires your resilience as well, and I also feel like they really admire that like you have this ability to bounce back from adversity and evolve, right? Because this person needs a lot of healing as well, and they're going through their own transformation, and so this person just sees a lot of strength and adaptability within you. I also feel like this person admires how much you've stayed true to yourself. I feel like this person is drawn to your authenticity, and they appreciate you because you do have the courage to be genuine and honest about your personal growth journey. I also feel like those who have changed and evolved, they tend to develop a deeper sense of empathy and compassion for others, and I really think this is you. I think that you naturally know how to show understanding and care for people, and this is why this person is drawn to you. I feel like they're also drawn to your wisdom and your insights, and I do feel like you feel very relatable to them. This could be someone who's experienced similar challenges as you, or maybe they have similar goals or dreams, and they really just feel like they can find common ground with you. So another reason why they're drawn to you is because you're open-minded and you're curious on an intellectual level, and they can really appreciate that. I feel like you're not like the norm. You're not like the basic like person they come across on a daily basis. You're very unique and special, and you're very different. But yeah, I also feel like this person sees a fresh start with you, and I feel like they're kind of drawn to this idea of starting anew. And I do feel like this person wants to like leave the past behind and move forward toward like a brighter future with you. Remember, you don't have to do anything with this information. It's just info, but that's what I'm getting from this reading. We do have divine abundance. And so with this, like I think, especially in the online space, we think of abundance as money and financial matters and physical things, but divine abundance with this card, I feel like it's really talking about divine love. spiritual connection, a deeper level of intimacy. I feel like this is another reason why this person is drawn to you. I feel like when they're around you, they feel like they're tapped into divine abundance, divine love, because you do have this like unconditional, very caring, like overflowing amount of love and compassion for everyone around you. So yeah. And then we do have the right now card. So I think that when this person is with you, they feel like they're in the right here and the right now. Like they feel like they're very present. You anchor them, you ground them. And I think it helps them to live a lot more of a mindful life, and one that feels like their well-being is being nurtured and taken care of. I also think that just being around you feels very meditative and peaceful. Yeah. And then we do have the Hi Friend card. And so it says, who did you turn to the last time you experienced sadness? Maybe you have a friend who can always make you laugh, or a family member who will make your favorite meal anytime you ask. Do you have a person in your life you can share all your feelings with, even the more vulnerable ones like sadness? Our friends and family can offer different types of support. Today, identify someone in your life who can hold space for your feelings, sadness, and let them know how much they mean to you. Making that gesture is like putting a deposit into your relationship. Regular deposits of acknowledgement and gratitude, no matter how small, will strengthen your relationships in a big way. So again, regular deposits of acknowledgement and gratitude, no matter how small, will strengthen your relationships in a big way. So I don't know if this person sees you as someone that can offer support to them in their life, or whether you see this person as somebody who can offer support. Maybe it's both, maybe it's like a mutual support, but either way, I feel like this person really does see a true friend in you. And this can be romantic too. I think that with our romantic partners, developing a true friendship to begin with is really, really important to having love that does feel divine. But this could also just talk about platonic friendship as well. So only you will know what it is that applies to your specific situation. The next thing I want to do here is I would like to roll some astro dice to find out more information about who this person is. So who has their eyes on pile 3? Okay, so we have Saturn, we have Pisces, and we have the 6th house. Yes, okay, but back to the astro dice. So we have Saturn in Pisces in the 6th house. So maybe this person also has their Saturn in Pisces in the 6th house, or this is just the energy at play here. And if we describe someone who has like a Saturn in Pisces in the 6th house, or that kind of energy, right off the bat, we know that this person is a very dutiful worker. Saturn, it represents things like hard work and responsibility. And in the 6th house, this would mean that this person has a very strong sense of duty when it comes to their job and their daily tasks. I feel like they're very reliable, they're committed to their work, and they're diligent. We do have Pisces here, and so with Pisces, it's a very sensitive and compassionate sign. So if somebody had a Saturn in Pisces in the 6th house, they would have deep empathy for like the suffering and the needs of others, especially as it has to do with like work or service related situations. So maybe they're drawn to work or participate in roles that involve healing or supporting others or helping, right? I feel like there is this like sacrificial nature to them, because Pisces is associated with things like sacrifice and selflessness. So I think this person's willing to make personal sacrifices to help people or to fulfill their obligations. Sometimes they even give to their detriment. So be aware of that. I feel like this person is very, very good at solving problems in a creative way. I feel like in terms of like overcoming challenges and obstacles in their daily life or work, this person really knows how to like bring in creative problem solving solutions. And they're a bit unconventional. So I think this really brings some cool, fresh energy into this. This person I feel like is also like very aware of like their health and wellness. They probably are interested in like maintaining good health practices. Yeah. Again, when I look at this, I think, okay, 6th house, they're probably involved or drawn to professions that involve service or healthcare or like caregiving, social work. They have this very strong dedication to helping others. They absolutely have a strong work ethic, right? We have that Saturn influence, you know, and I do think that this person can also experience things like insecurity and self-doubt, because Saturn can bring those self-doubt feelings about. And when it's in Pisces, the feelings can feel a lot more like heightened or pronounced. So maybe this person kind of questions their own abilities or their worthiness, and part of their journey is going to be working towards building more self-confidence. I also feel like this person needs to put more boundaries in their life, because Pisces energy can be a little boundaryless, right? It's a mutable sign. And with Saturn and Pisces in the 6th house, this person probably needs to go ahead and establish clear boundaries, maybe in their professional or their personal lives, so that they don't become overwhelmed by kind of these like helpful professions or the service giving like commitments that they have. So that's a little bit more about the person that has their eyes on you. I would love to pull some tea leaf fortune cards to get more information on what you all need to know for your highest and best good. So what does pile 3 need to know for their highest and best good? Pile 3, highest and best good. Pile 3, highest and best. Like, where do I put this? There's not a ton of room. Okay. So, we have Crown. Honor and respect will come to you. That's excellent news. I also feel like this person sees you as like a crown jewel. They see that you're very valuable, you're very regal, you're very highly respected and honored. We do have good news, so be on the lookout for some good news coming your way. We do have mice, discord among family or friends or family. And we also have flute, disappointment in a friend or lover. I feel like if any of you have gone through these things, you may be kind of cautious, like you don't want to take any risks. Maybe you feel burnt by the fire. Maybe you felt like at one point people were working against you or like behind your back. But just know that this period of frustration is bringing you the right lessons that you need to learn. We talked a lot about healing here, and we do have good news coming, right? Family wishes come true. So maybe there is a way to mend bridges with these people. If you feel like these people are like working against you or behind your back, give yourself permission to let them go and move on. It's your life. You deserve the ultimate and the best. And yeah, that's all of that message. Let's get you an affirmation. So pile 3, what is your affirmation? I am free of worry and at peace with who I am. Every day I grow stronger and more relaxed. Love that. I also feel like whatever issues that you've gone through, whether it's with this person or just personally, it's brought you a lot of lessons that has allowed you to be maybe like, I think it would be like more skilled in processing these emotions. You are learning not to internalize like the projections of other people. And so you're working on being like free of, working on being free of worry and being at peace with who you are. You're not worried about what other people are thinking about you or saying. And every day you grow stronger and you feel more relaxed because that sense of self-worth is so deep and it's embedded within your soul, and you know exactly who you are and what you deserve, which is the ultimate best, right? So yes, thank you so much, pile 3. Please give this video a like if it resonates. Comment below with what pile you chose and subscribe if you haven't already. I did notice that there's still a ton of you out there who are watching who have not subscribed, and I would really love to have you as a part of this empowering community. Thank you so much for spending your time here today. Please take care of yourself, and I hope to see you on another video after this. I do have a ton of pick a card readings on this channel for you to tune into and like binge watch if you want to watch. But if not this time, I will see you back on the next reading. Bye, pile 3. Hey, pile 4. Welcome to your reading. If you would like to explore my podcast, my shop, or my e-courses, check out the links in my description. All of the decks from today's cards will be linked for you in the description as well. Now let's dive in. Okay, so the first card that we have here, pile 4, is the 3 of Wands. So with the 3 of Wands in reverse, this is Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Maybe the person that has their eyes on you has one of these signs or all of these signs somewhere in their birth chart. But if not, then fire sign energy is at play here. So the person who has their eyes on you could be someone who struggles with taking initiative, or maybe they're hesitant to start new things or take the necessary steps to achieve their goals. The 3 of Wands could also represent someone who is impatient. Like maybe they're the type of person who wants quick results, and maybe they get frustrated by the amount of time that it takes to have their plans, you know, come to fruition. And I'm also feeling the resistance to like moving outside of their comfort zone. So maybe they don't like stepping outside of their comfort zone. Maybe they feel resistance to expansion. Yeah, I do feel like they're resisting kind of like expanding their horizons, or like resisting like the opportunity to go ahead and explore new territories. I feel like maybe this person has a fear of the unknown, you know, like maybe they're worried about venturing into uncharted territory or unfamiliar situations. And I feel like this person also struggles with things like self-doubt, kind of particularly around their own capabilities. I feel like there's the energy of unfulfilled potential here. And I do feel like this person also feels like they have untapped potential that hasn't been utilized because of their kind of like reluctance to step outside of their comfort zone and take those calculated risks. So yeah, I am getting that this person also struggles with making choices. Like indecision is a huge word here, and I feel like they might find it challenging to make clear choices regarding their future direction. So yeah, I feel like this person feels a little stagnant right now in their life. We do have the Page of Swords in reverse here. So this is Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini energy. I also feel like this person struggles with a lack of communication. This person, they might have difficulty expressing themselves, or they might be hesitant to communicate their thoughts and their ideas and their feelings. They could struggle with communicating effectively. Like maybe this is someone who used to ghost you, or they weren't that great at replying. But I feel like this is someone who you could have had like a misunderstanding with at one point in time as well. And I feel like this person, they might have caused some confusion, right, in their relationship with you. Or maybe they feel confused about your relationship or your connection. But yeah, I feel like this person also struggles with things like making those like rash, impulsive decisions. I'm not sure that they really consider like all of the consequences that could, you know, happen from their actions. So I feel like this person might even like have a tendency to take unnecessary risks. And I feel like they might even struggle with like maintaining focus and concentration. I feel like their energy and their thoughts are like, they're a little all over the place. And I feel like they might have a hard time completing tasks or like following through on their commitments. This person could be someone who might even like engage in gossip, and maybe you've even been around this person when they used to gossip, and maybe it left you feeling unsure of like where you truly stand with them, or whether you could really trust them when we hear them speaking ill of other people. I do feel like this person is pretty stubborn too. Like they could struggle with considering other people's perspectives or being flexible in their thinking. I just really think that this person is struggling with like insecurity, right? And their own self-confidence. And another thing here is this could be someone who you felt like deceived or manipulated by in the past. Maybe you feel like this person lied to you or they weren't extremely honest. We do have the opposition card here, and it says confrontation. So this could be someone who you've clashed heads with in the past, or you feel like you would clash heads with them. Maybe this is someone who you had tension or challenges or a confrontation with before, or maybe one of you is trying to avoid that conflict and confrontation now, right? Well, no matter where you stand with this person, I feel like experiencing things, either good or bad, with this person has brought you a lot of personal growth, right? So all the tension and the challenges and the confrontation, that forces us to face our perceived limitations, and it helps us to adapt to new situations and develop the right coping mechanisms, right? It encourages our personal growth and our resilience and, you know, self-improvement. And I feel like going through conflict or confrontation really allows us to develop and refine our conflict resolution skills. I feel like learning how to communicate like effectively and negotiate and find common ground is really key for us to have healthy relationships. And I feel like tension and confrontation, it probably highlighted those communication gaps and the issues that you saw in your connection with this person. But yeah, I just feel like all of this, it might have led you to set more boundaries in your life and your relationships. I think it helped you to also gain insights into yourself and your triggers, maybe their triggers, and areas for personal growth. I just think that it's brought you the right amount of clarity about what you do want versus what you don't want in your life, so that you can reassess, right? And you can focus on your goals and your values and the priorities that mean the most to you, so that you can go ahead and make those necessary adjustments, right? We do have fertility, watermelon here, and this is Leo energy. So this is the part of the reading where we find out why this person has their eyes on you. And the energy here is one of fertility, right? So you do have this very fertile energy, and it can be associated with a very nurturing and caring presence. So I do think that this person is drawn to your energy because they sense that you are someone who provides support and care. You know how to make them feel safe and cherished. You have a very vibrant, life-affirming aura or energy to you, and it's very uplifting and positive and enthusiastic. I think that some of you in this reading could be very family-oriented, and you value the idea of like building a family, which this person could be attracted to if they share the same, you know, sense of shared interest or like a life goal like this. But yeah, I do feel like this person is attracted to your energy because they see you as a symbol of either like personal or professional growth. And I do think that this person is also drawn to your creativity and, you know, the innovation that you bring into their life and your ability to birth new ideas or projects into the world. I do feel like you have the capacity to care for and understand others, and this is probably very magnetic to this person. And I do think that this person also sees the potential for fulfillment with you. They do feel that like sense of wholeness with you. And I feel like this person is attracted to your energy because they believe it complements and completes their own sense of self. Remember, like back in the beginning of the reading, I had mentioned that just because you are learning this information about this person, it doesn't mean that you have to do anything about it. It's just info, so you can take it as you will. But yeah, we do have the kindness, fruit bat, or flying fox card. So this person is very, very drawn to you because of your kindness. You have this natural warmth to you. You're very positive. You make people feel very comfortable and welcome in your presence. I think that people are naturally drawn to you because you know how to create a pleasant and optimistic atmosphere. And I feel like they do love your compassion and empathy as well. You know how to show understanding and care for others, and it really does foster a sense of connection and emotional support. And this person loves that they can trust you. They feel like they can rely on you and they can confide in you without judgment. And I do think that you're also really good with conflict resolution. So this person is probably drawn to your kindness because they see you as someone who can help mediate or resolve different problems. Yeah, so With the fruit bat or flying fox, I feel like you're just super supportive. You know what I mean? You're naturally supportive and you're a very encouraging friend. I think that people are naturally drawn to you because you know how to offer emotional support and encouragement to those who need it the most. Yeah, I'm just really feeling like this person is drawn to you because you show a willingness to help and support others without expecting anything in return. And I also feel like this person knows that you're going to be generous with your time and your attention and your resources. And you willingly share your blessings with other people. So I think that this person is really drawn to your kindness because they do feel heard and understood by you. This is just information. You can do with it what you like. You don't necessarily have to contact or reach out to this person, especially if you're trying to move forward. But yeah, that's just the energy here about why they have their eyes on you. We're gonna look into our animal power book and see if there's any additional information from fruit bat or flying fox. I'm thinking that it's just gonna be bat in here. We'll see. I feel like you guys are very unique also because this is the first time that I'm pulling bat in a reading, so y'all are special, y'all are unique. But under bat here we have rebirth, miraculous liberation, transmutation, and change. So this could be themes, maybe themes as to why this person has their eye on you, or maybe like this is the energy of them, this could be the energy of you. It all just depends. Only you would know your situation specifically. But it says when to work with me. So when you're moving through big life transitions, when you're facing your darkest fears, when your soul knows that it's time to go deeper inward than ever before, when you're ready to place the greatest trust in self and the universe. Energy medicine. I represent rebirth. I am change. I am transformation. I love that. I feel also like this could just probably be an overarching theme for you, either coming up or in the future, in the near future. I do think that you guys will feel like you're going through a rebirth and a change and a transformation, but for the best, right? Okay, so another reason why I think that this person has their eyes on you is because they feel like you are the right action. I think that they feel like maybe connecting with you is the right action, or like being with you is the right action. I think that maybe they also feel like really inspired that you move in integrity, right? Like, I think that your actions, they really align with who you say you are and who you're trying to be. So I think that people are very amazed by you being able to be, you know, in alignment with your path. And maybe this person feels like you are taking the right action in some way of your life. So yeah, there could be a couple different meanings here. We also have the reframe card, and it says, this is happening for me, not to me. So I think that, you know, maybe for some of you who have had conflict with this person, for some of you who feel like they've been like in opposition with this person, I think that this conflict is going to give you a chance to reframe the situation, a chance to see the lessons in it, the growth in it, and a chance for you to see that whatever you went through with this person isn't in vain, and it was something that helped you become more resilient and something that helped you to kind of stand, I would say, like stand firmer in your self-worth. So I think that you're going to be coming to a lot of profound realizations, and you're going to have the chance to kind of reframe this situation for your highest and best good, right? Not for the other person, but for you and your healing. We do have the surprise card here. So it says, surprise. Do you love the way it feels when the unexpected happens? Like 30 friends showing up out of nowhere on your birthday? Or would you rather know exactly what's going to happen, when, and the specific dress code? Some of us like surprise and some of us really don't. Consider 2 times you were surprised. a surprise that sparked joy, and one where you didn't have control but you wish you had. When we've had difficult surprises in our life, our brain sometimes tries to protect us by deciding that all surprise is bad. Give your brain a chance to see that surprise can have both effects. Take a moment to consider that while we can't always predict when surprises will happen, we can decide how we will respond. So again, give your brain a chance to see that surprise can have both effects. Yeah, I feel okay. So definitely there's the element of surprise here. I don't know if you went through something surprising with this person, or they surprised you in a certain way, or maybe they feel surprised by you. But I do feel like there's that element of surprise in this connection. Or maybe some of you out there find that you do become surprised by this person, either pleasantly or like, you know, like surprised, but like also like, man, they've always kind of been like that, but like, dang, like this is a whole new level kind of thing. So it just depends, kind of where you are in your relationship, what you want to do with it. And yeah, you always know what's best for you. Trust your intuition, trust your heart, trust what your mind is telling you. You know, find that balance between the logic and the intuition. I think you'll find a sweet spot in kind of what next steps are best to take with this person, or just on this path with yourself. Okay. The next thing I want to do here is I want to roll the astro dice to see if we can find out more information on who this person is. So, who has their eyes on pile 4? Okay, so we have Scorpio, and then we have Neptune, and then we have the 11th house. Okay, so this person could have Scorpio in Neptune in the 11th house. So yeah, this person could have Neptune and Scorpio in the 11th house of their birth chart. If not, this is just the energy at play here, and we can describe the person who has their eyes on you as someone who is very intuitive, and especially when it comes to like their social circle or like group things, right? I feel like they have a deep understanding of like kind of the social networks and like emotional dynamics. I do feel like this person probably has a very idealistic sense of like what friendship means to them. I feel like maybe sometimes these ideas are a little unrealistic too. I think that, you know, this person probably is prone to like seeing the best in people, but like they might need to be cautious about like either like being deceived by other people or like being taken advantage, right? I think that this person is someone who has intense friendships. I feel like this person probably has some deep, very like transformative friendships. I feel like this person probably has some deep emotional bonds with some of their friends. But yeah, I do feel like also maybe their connections are very creative or artistic or spiritual, right? I feel like they probably like have friends that share similar spiritual or creative interests. But one thing with this person, I also feel like they probably have a little bit of challenges in group settings too. Like the 11th house is usually thought of as like, you know, group activities, collective activities, friends. And with Neptune being there, it can be a little tricky because there could be some like blurred boundaries or confusion, or like maybe a tendency to lose themselves in the collective or in groups or in like friendships. So that's a little bit more about who this person is. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to pull some tea leaf fortune cards for you. Find out what additional information you might need to know for your highest and best good. Pile 4. What do you need to know for your highest and best good? They're just flying out this morning. What else does pile 4 need to know for their highest and best good? Okay, so with your tea leaf fortune cards, we have horse, short journey, inkpot, problems to be resolved, caterpillar, things will not always be this way, a change is coming. We have shield, you need to defend yourself, tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance, and we have wind chimes, peace and harmony. Okay, so with all of this, I think that whatever sort of issues that you might be facing, it's going to be a short journey. It's not going to be something that drags on forever and ever and ever. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming, and I think that you will find a solution to your problems. I wouldn't worry about that. I think that another message here is that you might have to do something that like makes you step outside of your comfort zone, right? Doing something risky, taking a chance. And I think that for some of you, it's going to be the need to defend yourself. So I feel like many of you are going to be doing maybe something that you don't usually do. You're going to be speaking up for yourself, standing up for yourself, self-advocating, knowing your boundaries, knowing your worth, and not being afraid to stand up and protect yourself. And the overall energy here is peace and harmony, so that's something that's really exciting to look forward to. I also want to do a affirmation for you all. What is group 4's affirmation? Okay, I love this. It says, I refuse to apologize for who I am. I think that's like a perfect little like segue after, not segue, it's a perfect addition to what we were just talking about, which is you doing something out of the norm, you standing up for yourself, you being so solid in your own worth and knowing your boundaries and what you will and will not tolerate. And you know, that's just kind of this like unapologetic belief in yourself, right? Belief in who you are, and you not needing to change yourself to fit the mold of somebody else's expectations. So yeah, I think that this is a very powerful message, Pile 4. Thank you so much, Pile 4. Please give this video a like if it resonates. Comment below with what pile you chose and subscribe if you haven't already. I noticed that there's still a ton of you out there who have not subscribed, who are still watching, who have not subscribed. So I would love to have you as a part of this community. Thank you so much for being here and spending your time here today. Take care of yourself, and I hope to see you on the next video right after this. I have a ton of pick-a-card readings on my channel for you to dive into, but if not this time, I will see you next time. Bye, Pile 4.